What's up, guys? So, on this particular video, we'll be discussing about Leh Ladakh in the month of June 2026. What you should be expecting in terms of the weather, the road condition, the places that you should find snow, the places where you should be traveling, the altitude risk, that is AMS, overall, what you should be packing, and the pros and cons of visiting Leh Ladakh in the month of June 2026. Now, starting off with June, you have to understand that this year the snowfall in winter has arrived extremely late. It is still, as of mid-April, snowing in Leh, especially at the passes, that is Kardungla and Changla. The roads to Leh Ladakh via Manali and Srinagar will definitely be open in the month of June, but there is no assurity of when they can close, because if the weather goes bad, the roads will definitely end up closing, and this will become a problem if you are coming via road from either of these places. Hence, plan your trip accordingly. Now, when we are talking about the weather, you need to understand that the daytime temperature in Leh will range from anywhere between 15 degrees to 25. Places like Pangong, Somoriri, and Hanley will be much colder as compared to the town of Leh and Nubra Valley. The nights will range from anywhere between 3 degrees to around 10 degrees. The skies are going to be clear. They're going to be snow-capped mountains. For all those who do not like extreme cold, the month of June is a good time to be going there. But also you need to understand that the month of June is peak tourist season for Leh Ladakh, since it is summer holidays in most parts of India. Hence, plan your trip accordingly. If you haven't booked your flights, go ahead and book it right now, because the flight costing will only go up in the month of June. It is one of the costliest months to be traveling by air to Leh Ladakh. So hence, plan your trip accordingly. Now, the roads to Leh, like I mentioned earlier, the Srinagar Leh road will be at its absolute best in the month of June, so that's not going to be a concern. The real concern is the Manali Leh highway, which can open and shut anytime because of bad weather. Now, what would be my recommendation is that you start your trip from Srinagar and you end it in Manali. And do not plan for a rush trip. Do not plan doing Leh Ladakh in the month of June in 6 or 7 days from Srinagar to Manali, because that's not at all possible. You need a minimum, I would say, of 8 nights, 9 days to get through this, because this way you're giving yourself enough of time. Even in the road does close for whatever reason, you have a buffer day or two to get through, and you wouldn't end up missing your onward flight or train, depending on what you have booked. Now, one very important thing to understand is that when you're traveling within Ladakh region, especially in places like Kardungla and Changla, you'll find heavy snow. Hence, make sure that if you're planning a self-driving trip, you are well aware about how to navigate this thing. And even if you're planning a biking trip, you have I would say, the experience to get through the water puddles and whatever the road conditions have to throw through you. Now, in the month of June, the network in Leh Ladakh will be very good. If you have a postpaid SIM, it will work. If you have prepaid, it is not going to work. Jio and Airtel are the best network providers in Leh Ladakh. Having a combination of both is a very good idea, but if you do not, either one will work well for you. If you have a prepaid SIM card, it's not going to work, so hence come prepared. Remember that Leh Ladakh is a very remote part, and getting network over there is by itself a great thing. So do not have high expectations from what you have. Most of the hotels or the homestays that you will stay in the Ladakh region will have Wi-Fi, so you do not need to worry about that. When it comes to snow and snowfall, it can snow anytime at the passes like Changla and Kardungla. But if you really want to experience snow, the best places is Tanglangla, Changla, and Kardungla. These are three places that will definitely have snow in the month of June. It will be melting snow, so you have to be very, very careful. What are the places that you should be visiting in the month of June? Honestly, everything is open in Ladakh in the month of June. You can go to Somoriri, you can go to Hanley, you can go to Da and Du. You can go all the way till Turtuk in Nubra Valley. So it's up to you what you want to explore and how many days you want to give yourself while traveling to Leh Ladakh in the month of June. Ladakh is the kind of place that the more time you give yourself, the more places you can explore. The shorter the time frame, the journey is going to be the same, and You need a minimum of 5 nights, 6 days to explore Leh Ladakh. If you're going to be trying to do this in 4 nights, 5 days, you're just going to be rushing through everything and traveling every day for a minimum of anywhere between 10 to 12 hours, and it's just an exhausting and unwanted journey and a horrible experience. So to make this better, plan for minimum, I would say, 5 nights, 6 days. If you can do anything longer, the more you do it, the better it is, because the cost is going to go up by a small fraction of it by staying a day or two extra. Now remember, Ladakh has very good food options. In the town of Leh, you'll find everything from veg to non-veg, and you'll find pizzas, you'll find pasta, you'll find local Kashmiri food, you'll even find South Indian food. So no matter where you are in the town of Leh, you will get excellent food. So food is not at all a concern when you're traveling in Leh. The biggest concern is the altitude, which can cause altitude sickness. For this, you need to acclimatize well. Hence, the day you reach Leh, if you're flying into Leh, and the next day should be spent only in the town of Leh. You shouldn't go beyond that. If you're coming via Srinagar or Manali, then you do not need to worry about it, because by default you will acclimatize in Manali and then come to Leh by either stopping at Keelong or Jispa, or directly. Even if you come, you'll still end up coming in, reaching Leh by evening, and you'll get the whole day to acclimatize. Likewise, from Srinagar, you will acclimatize in Srinagar or in Kargil, and by the time you reach there, your body will be used to the environment and the altitude. For all those who are adventure junkies, the month of June has plenty of adventure activities. You can go bungee jumping, you can go zip lining, you can even go whitewater rafting in the mighty Zanskar. So the options are unlimited. You can ask your tour operator, or you can search it on the internet, and you will find plenty of options depending on what you want to explore and experience. Just make sure that you have enough of time to do all of this, because it cannot be rushed. You have to understand that just to do rafting, an entire day will go. At least half a day goes for just rafting, because rafting in Leh is around 28-30 kilometers, and for that, the good first half of your day is taken. The most ideal places that you should definitely be staying a night at is Nubra Valley, at least for 2 nights, Leh at least for 3 nights, and if you want to go beyond that, you need to stay at Hanley and Somoriri. If you want to still go beyond that, you can go all the way till Da and Du, which is the Aryan Valley in Ladakh region, which will require you to spend another night stay out there. Remember that all of these places will require you to hire a taxi, because there is no public transportation that goes around Ladakh. So you'll have to hire either a eco for a smaller group, or an SUV, or a tempo traveler, depending on the number of people. But in the month of June, you need to pre-book everything, since it's going to be a lot of rush in Ladakh region. Now, when it comes to the monasteries in Leh town, Hemis, Tikse are the main two monasteries that everybody visits. If you want, you can go to Alchi and Lama Yuru, which are along the Leh Srinagar highway. Hemis and Tikse are around the Leh Manali highway. Now, what you should be packing, by default, you need to be packing woolen clothes, even though it is June and it's either summer or monsoon in some parts of India. In Leh, it is going to be cold. You need a sunscreen, you need your lip balm, you need a very good pair of shoes, you need a jacket, you need your thermals, and by default, you need a beanie to cover your head. Just make sure that all your clothing is intact and you do not end up going to Leh and having a broken pair of shoes, because that's going to be a real headache for you out there. ATMs in Leh are available everywhere, so you do not need to worry. But my personal recommendation is always withdraw money from your hometown, so you do not need to then stand in line on your holiday and then come and struggle for money. Now, to travel around Leh Ladakh, you need an inner line permit, which has to be done online from the government website. It will cost you anywhere between 150 to 400 to 500 rupees, depending on the circuit that you plan on exploring. Make sure that you have this before you end up coming to Leh, because it's mandatory and everybody needs one. Now, the pros of visiting Leh in the month of June is that the weather will be balanced, it is stable. The roads will be open from Manali and from Srinagar, and it's a perfect time for people who are looking for self driving or a biking road trip. Now, if you are someone who's planning a trip to Leh Ladakh in the month of June, we do have trips happening to Ladakh in June. You can click in on the link in the description, and you'll go straight to our website where you'll find all our trips listed. You can directly book from our website, or you can WhatsApp our sales team, who will guide you through the booking process. If you have any personal queries about your own travel to Ladakh, then please do not call us. You can leave a comment under this video. If you want to get on a call with us just for your queries, then you'll have to book a consultation, which is a paid service. It'll cost you anywhere between 1000 to 3000 rupees depending on the time and what exactly you want from us. Now, till our next video about Leh Ladakh, remember, cover the earth before it covers you.